if you heard me teach that evening, I ask for your forgiveness. I now believe we should long for revival. Can't we just be faithful? Why can't we just be faithful? The author of Hebrews wrote about faithful witnesses. All these people were still living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance, admitting that they were foreigners and strangers on earth. They needed a breakthrough, but they didn't see it in their lifetimes. It's true that some promises won't be fulfilled on this side of history. Embracing our alien status is healthy at times. It's the tension we live in. It's mysterious. So it makes sense to be encouraged to be faithful, like these people who were still living by faith when they died. So we need to be faithful, deeply faithful. But I fear that in our modern day, being faithful can mean something else. I wonder if it means something closer to hang in there because things will never change. It can feel fatalistic. Dictionaries support this idea. Faithful is defined as steadfast in affection or allegiance. Faithfulness, as one book title tells us, is a long obedience in the same direction. We're to remain steady and keep on keeping on, right? But in our attempts to be faithful, have we lost a sense of hope? In The Shawshank Redemption, arguably one of the best movies of the 1990s, Andy is sentenced to 2 life sentences for a crime he didn't commit. He is regularly assaulted by other inmates and lives precariously under the unjust thumb of the warden. As an act of rebellion, he plays Mozart's The Marriage of Figaro over the public address system, and as a result, he's punished with 2 weeks in solitary confinement. Afterward, he tells his inmate friends over lunch that it was worth it. The easiest time I ever did. He explains that the music was in him, reminding him that what he saw wasn't all that was, that the music provided hope. And it's with that remark that Red, a fellow inmate, bristles. "Let me tell you something, my friend," Red says. "Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. It's got no use on the inside. You'd better get used to that idea." Have we gotten used to that idea? Perhaps you are single and you really want to be married. Does being faithful mean that you automatically give up this dream? Or perhaps you love and trust Jesus, but your family doesn't, and you really want them to know the God you love, but they're clearly hostile to your faith or any spiritual conversations. It's been years, even decades. Wouldn't it be wise just to guard your heart? Maybe you wish your faith community felt more spiritually alive. Couldn't they at least try to live out the teachings of Jesus? Perhaps you are part of a church where your pastor had a moral failure and left the ministry, and you're left to pick up the pieces. Should you just remain faithful while silently succumbing to the thought that nothing will ever change? What if a racial incident flares up tensions between ethnic communities on your campus or in your community? What if you're frustrated with the state of our country and its leadership? Or just frustrated with your relatives' justifications of their political views? You might be sick at the thought of the rich getting richer while the poor get poorer. What if you long for the day when our families, communities, cities, nations, and the world would fall in love with Jesus and let him finally be the leader of everything he deserves to be? Isn't that unhelpful, even irresponsible fantasizing? Maturity seems to say to lower your hopes. Don't dream for something better just in case it doesn't happen. Why open yourself to having your heart trampled over and over again? The Bible tells a story of a wealthy yet barren Shunammite woman who thought the same way. She was generous, showing the prophet Elisha great hospitality whenever he was in town. At any time, he could count on her.